Okay, I have an important message for you. Whoever you are, you have to be super duper careful, because I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon as the first two cards when it comes to, okay, so be careful when it comes to how you are showing up for yourself. Okay, so that goes with your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. Okay, because I feel like this has been reflecting your outcome or just your external life results. Okay, so if you have been feeling disappointed or wondering why nothing has changed in your outer world, that is because you are still reflecting the same internal struggles. Okay, so if you want something to change, you have to mirror that back, just like how Bashar says. Okay, you can't expect the mirror, what does he say? You can't expect yourself to smile back in the mirror first. You have to first smile if you want to see that smiling reflection, you know. And I also have 5 of Cups. Okay, so really just don't feed into the negativity. Don't feed into the loss. Don't feed into what could happen or what has happened. Okay, I feel like you're probably in this circumstance or situation where it feels like you are losing. Okay, even losing in life, but that is not true. Okay, you have to remember, your 3D is lagging. Okay, it is not end all be all. Just because something is happening, that doesn't mean you can't, I don't know, ignore it and really persist in your dream reality, because that is the secret sauce of life. The secret sauce of life. The secret sauce of life is really just whatever sauce you want it to be. Okay, it could be buffalo, it could be honey mustard, it could be ranch. I don't know what kind of analogy am I saying right now, but like you get my drift. And keep the screen through your faith. Okay, I feel like you believe in something. Okay, I don't know if you're religious, you believe in something, or you have been brought up in something, and I feel like you're starting to come back to it, or really starting to remember of what you have been taught in that nature when it comes to not giving up, or when it comes to having strong faith. Okay, I feel like that has been lacking, but that doesn't mean you can't get that back, or you can't really, you know, come back to it. It's never too late. Never too late. I don't know why that song, Justin Bieber with Jaden Smith, is coming in my head. I will never say never. I will fight till forever. I have 5 of Swords. Seems like someone is willing to let bygones be bygones and just walk away from a situation, or just from a certain someone. I feel like there's an energy that I'm feeling or sensing that is exhausted, just overwhelmed with emotions. And it feels more so like, it feels like a heavy energy that has been like weighing down on you. So I feel like, okay. And then the 2 of Wands. I feel like this could have something to do with your future, or really reminiscing on what could have been. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you have been really in the future a lot lately when it comes to your life, and wondering how it's going to turn out, and just really putting yourself in a mindset or timeline that you cannot predict. Like, I feel like you're overworking your brain. This is where all the tiredness is coming from, the heaviness feeling is coming from, because you're trying to overwork your brain, your physical brain, on a job it's not meant to do. Okay, your physical brain is not meant to predict the outcome of your future, or to, no matter how much you want something to happen, desire, it's not, you really have to learn how to separate the two, because I feel like one is stronger than the other. You can want something, but also you could desire something, and you have to make sure that your desire is always stronger and better than your want, okay? Because you can want something, but still really you're reinforcing that want into the absence of it, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you are harping on something that you really, really want super, super bad, you're just reminding the universe or whatever you believe in, God, that you don't have it, okay? So you have to really keep that in mind as well when it comes to these cycles of incompleteness, or the cycle of lacking something that you want, or lacking a certain material that you may want. And try not to hold on too much. I feel like you are, you try to protect, you try to hold on to things way too tightly, okay? So this could be with money. Maybe you're trying to save, maybe you're trying to hold on, even yourself, like holding back yourself, or just even people who are close to you, like trying to be overprotective. But I feel like you have to like just relax a little bit, like just relax. Like I feel like your shoulders are I don't know why, like my shoulders are being like super, super tense. I feel like you just have to relax in that area in your life, and be okay with not being okay. I feel like you fear of not being okay. That is why you are putting yourself in the future. That is why you have been harping, or just really been worrying yourself or stressing yourself out about what is going to happen, or what could happen, or like, so I feel like you're just filling in the gaps. Like I said, your physical brain is really just overworking, like not even getting paid, you know, overtime. What do you call it? What am I saying? Overworking, overtime, okay? Your physical brain has been overworked. You're overworking your physical brain to the point where I feel like it's just exhaustion. To the point of exhaustion. Like think of like driving a car that isn't fully equipped, that isn't fully juiced up with the right juices, you know, with the right oils. In order for you to actually drive the car properly, or for it to work properly, it has to be taken care of from the inside, okay? It has to be filled with the right oils. It has to, you know, you have to check the engine lights, you have to check the tires, like you have to make sure that everything internally is good and well before you actually move out into the world, like before you actually take action. So it's like you have to do a lot of inner work for you to actually reflect that outer work. So this is just a reminder of just a reminder of what you're actually missing, okay? So what you're actually missing is just a reflection of what you actually desire. And I'm reflecting that reminder to you, back to you, and just reminding, like, hey, like, don't forget, like, if you really, really want this, or if you really desire this thing, or if you really desire a certain lifestyle, or a certain material, you have to really be in that mindset, be in the feeling, be in the moment of that feeling of already having, okay? Rather than focusing on the lack, or the lack thereof, because you're just really, like I said, reinforcing that, continuing the cycle of the lack, or continuing the cycle of really attracting the same sorts of situations, circumstances, and people, events, environments, okay? And it's just what I've been talking about the entire time, okay? So I feel like this is just a perfect representation of, like, really you more so having to focus on the priority of things, okay? So so look how this person is pouring more, like, there's more water in the bigger pond than it is the smaller one. So I feel like it's more so of you really prioritizing your focus, prioritizing your desires and your attention to the things that you actually want, in your reality, okay? So you have to really get back into the swings of that, and not really fall into the trap of negativity, or fall into the trap of what you have been taught, or your surroundings, or just even the examples of other people. Like, I feel like you are living a life maybe that is not as fulfilling in nature, or just really fulfilling your spirit, okay? Because I feel like you have you have been wanting to feel more alive, but I feel like in order for you to actually get there, you have to be willing to let go, if that makes sense. Be willing to let go and be okay of letting go, and be okay of not being okay. Okay, so that is just, I know it's difficult for you. I feel like you tend to want to grasp things a little bit tighter, a little bit longer, just to make sure that it's safe, just to make sure that like everything's taken care of. Like, I feel like you have to have your eyes on something, or you have to have your attention on something to make sure that it is going to turn out exactly how it should be. It's like there's a saying, like, it's like you are like planting the seed of like a flower, and sort of like actually like leaving it alone and let it grow and do its own thing. I feel like you are someone who just prefer to just watch it and wait till it grows, and make sure that it actually grows healthy, strong, and like vibrant. But you have to be willing to let go of that plant not growing as strong or vibrant, or as what you could imagine. And you have to be willing to let go of that. So I feel like you just tend to grasp way too tightly, way too strongly, to the point where I feel like it's stressing you out, and it's really weighing you down. It's weighing not only you down, but your spirit down. But that's okay, because you're human, and this is what your human experience is about. Also, I feel like you maybe discovering a hobby, or really getting into something that I feel like you have lost once, that you could find again. 6. So I feel like, I don't know, there has been like probably a feeling of like nostalgia, or like a feeling of you missing something that you used to have in your past, or that you used to do for fun. And now I feel like, I don't know, like you miss the feeling of being childish. Okay, so don't be afraid to be childish. Okay, I feel like the more you have turned into like an adult, you kind of just forget that you were once a child. Okay, and it's okay to actually keep that playfulness, and stay whimsical, and really feed into the good things as well, not just the bad things, not just the negative things. So feed into the good things as well. Like, just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you have to stop being childish. Okay, yeah, like I just said, you have to come back to your childful manner. Okay, your playfulness. Okay, that is, I feel like that will really set you free. That will really set your soul, your spirit free than it is right now. Like, I feel like you're more so tense, more so a little bit more stressed, but it doesn't mean you can't come back to what you used to be, and actually come back even greater, and more improved, more elevated, and more really experienced. Okay, so I feel like it's only a matter of time until you actually discover this thing that I feel like you have been missing, but also I feel like you're so close to being found, to this very thing. Like, I feel like, I don't know what it is. I feel like something is going to discover you, that's going to make you like wake up and open up, and to become this more elevated version of yourself. Like, I feel like you are just starting to become this very beautiful, transformative being that I feel like you have been wanting to become. And maybe this is why you have been having these certain desires so strongly, because these are just urges or hints, or these are just little breadcrumbs towards what is your future that is ahead. Okay, so I feel like this is not a coincidence. Like, I feel like you have been wanting to live this certain life. You have been wanting to become this certain version of yourself, because it is just you picking up these breadcrumbs from the universe, from God, whatever you believe in, that this is like your time. This is your journey. This is how it's supposed to be when it comes to you actually living this fulfilling life. Okay, and only you can really represent that in the best way possible, and for yourself. So I know sometimes it's easy for you to actually lose yourself along the way, but I feel like I said, you are a little lost right now, but you're so close to being found. And once you are found again, you're gonna come out even better and stronger and more beautiful. Okay, but yeah, that is it, my loves. Thank you for tuning in, and I love you.